can't go anywhere with Jimmy, because everywhere you go, you see Glentoran men getting on their knees and, hey, how are you, Jimmy,
Well, it came about basically, I'd been at Portadown for 6 seasons. Ronnie McFall was one of my teammates at Portadown when I first joined, and it's probably about 3 or 4 years after that Ronnie moved to the Oval to play for the Glens, and then quickly became manager actually. So he enticed me to move to East Belfast and play for Glentoran. Well, I think I'd spent 6 good years at Portadown. Portadown were a great club to me, the supporters and all the people involved, couldn't say anything against them, but I felt maybe it was time to just move on and see if I could push myself a wee bit more, and although we had a wee bit of success when we won the Gold Cup in '78, I think it was, with Portadown. We'd got to an Irish Cup final in 1979, and we'd been in the semi-final Irish Cup the previous season as well. But things were starting to I thought they were starting to stagnate a wee bit at Portadown, so I got the offer to move to the Glens and moved, and I was really looking forward to it, because obviously one of the top clubs in the country, and a lot of good players there already who I was looking forward to playing with, so it was an easy enough decision, to be perfectly honest, to make.
When I was come back from England, weekends and stuff like that, I would have obviously went to the Glentoran games, and Jimmy was scoring these amazing goals every week, and lucky enough I got to play with him. But I mean, his records speak for himself. I mean, he's absolutely worshipped at the Oval even to this day, and beyond. But you can't go anywhere with Jimmy, because everywhere you go, you see Glentoran men getting on their knees and, hey, how are you, Jimmy, So, but obviously, it was superb getting the opportunity to play with him all those years, But I think that I would say is, even as a person and a captain, he was amazing. We always had all the players' welfare at heart. He looked after us, especially me whenever I came into the club. I was only 21, and obviously Jimmy was a wee bit more experienced, and that way he helped me settle in the club. But he done that with every player. He mightn't be the loudest player on the pitch, but he was always probably the best player on the pitch, But it was a great honour to share all the memories with him over the years.
Well, I suppose the first season was a high, because we, as Barney says, we won the league and we went through it undefeated, which was amazing, seeing as 4 or 5 of us had just joined the club. We didn't win any other silverware that season, mainly, though we were beaten in, I think, in about 3 semi-finals of cup competitions. Europe was always a highlight. I was lucky when I first joined Portadown back in 1974 that Portadown, would you believe, had finished runners-up in the league that year, and Korean had won it, so they qualified for Europe. And I only played half a dozen matches for the first team. I was playing in Europe and Iceland, I think it was, yes. I got to FC Valur in September 1974. And we actually went through that year, through that round. Actually, the goal that won it for us was scored by Ronnie McFall at Shamrock Park in the second leg of that time. And we went on to play Partizan Belgrade that year. So from that point of view, that was the only experience that I'd had being in Europe. And then you come to the Oval and you're expected to qualify for Europe every year, which we did, I think, in the 9 seasons that I was there. So Europe was always great experience. We never really got any hammerings in Europe. Some people would say, what was it like? And although we found it hard because it was always full-timers against part-timers, but I think the matches against PSG in 1983 were memorable. The ones against CSKA Sofia were memorable in 81 for different reasons. One, because we played very well, and then there was obviously we had the tragedy of Bobby McGregor's death in the leg over there. And then winning the league, and I think in '88 when we won the double, because I don't think a Glentoran team had done it since the 1920s or something like that. So those are sort of some of the highlights.